Welcome to Oculus of the Wise. Chosen one, stop everything you are doing right now. I am not asking, I am telling you, because what is about to come through this message was not recorded for entertainment. It was not scripted for views. It was placed in your path today by a force that knows your name, knows your pain, and knows exactly what you have been silently begging God for at 2, 3, 4 in the morning when nobody else is awake. You need to understand something before we go any further. God has been trying to reach you. He has been sending signs. He has been whispering in moments you almost noticed but dismissed. And each time you looked away, each time you told yourself it was nothing, each time you scrolled past what was meant for you, the window got a little smaller. Not because God gave up on you, but because the enemy got a little louder. And today, right now, in this very second, that window is open again, and I need you to decide whether you are going to step through it or let it close one more time. Because, chosen one, I have to be honest with you, it may not open again like this. Something has been building inside you for weeks, maybe months, and you have tried everything to make it stop. You have stayed busy, you have numbed yourself with routines, you have surrounded yourself with noise because the silence was too loud. The silence kept asking questions you were not ready to answer. Questions like, is this really all there is to my life? And why do I feel like I am living someone else's story? And when did I stop believing that God had something extraordinary planned for me? Those questions are not random. They are not symptoms of aging or burnout or midlife restlessness. Those questions are the voice of your original design, trying to wake you up from a life you were never meant to settle for. What you have been feeling is not a breakdown. It is a breakthrough trying to happen. And the only thing standing between you and the most important transformation of your entire life is whether you stay with me through the end of this message or whether you let the enemy convince you to click away. And let me tell you exactly what will happen if you leave right now. You will go back to your feed. You will scroll for another 20 minutes. You will feel nothing. You will go to bed tonight the same person you were yesterday, and that quiet ache in your chest will still be there, waiting, because it has nowhere else to go. It was given to you, and only you. And it will not leave until you answer it. And tomorrow, you will remember that there was a moment today where something could have changed, and you let it pass. And that memory will sit in the back of your mind for weeks, quietly asking, what if I had stayed? But if you stay, something shifts. I cannot tell you exactly how. I cannot tell you exactly when. But by the end of this message, something inside you will be different, and you will know it, not because I told you, but because your spirit will confirm it. I know what you have been carrying, chosen one, and I know you have been carrying it completely alone. The weight of being the strong one, the one everyone leans on, the one who holds the family together, who keeps the peace, who sacrifices their own needs so that everyone else can be comfortable. And nobody has ever once stopped to ask you who carries you, who prays for you at night, who loses sleep, worrying about your heart the way you lose sleep, worrying about everyone else. Nobody asks because you trained them not to. You trained them to believe you were unbreakable, and now you are trapped inside the armor you built to protect everyone else. And some nights, you wonder if anyone would even notice the cracks if you stopped holding it all together. God noticed. He has always noticed. And he did not send this message to applaud your strength. He sent it to give you permission to put the weight down. Not tomorrow, not after the next crisis, not when things calm down now, right now, today. Because, chosen one, you were never meant to carry it all. You were meant to be carried, and the one who wants to carry you has been waiting for you to let him. Every wound you have endured was preparation, not punishment. Every person who betrayed your trust was removed, not lost. Every door that slammed in your face was protection, not rejection. And every single year you thought was wasted, every year you spent in the wrong marriage, the wrong job, the wrong city, the wrong version of yourself, none of it was wasted. It was all being converted into something you cannot yet see. But I promise you, it is there, and it is enormous. And it has your name on it, and it is almost ready. But here is what terrifies the enemy about this moment. You are finally close enough to see it. That is why everything has been falling apart lately. That is why relationships that were stable suddenly crumbled. Why your health took an unexpected hit. Why financial pressure appeared out of nowhere. Why you have felt more alone and more confused in the last few months than you have in years. The enemy is not attacking you because you are weak. He is attacking you because you are dangerous, because you are one decision away from stepping into a version of your life that he has spent decades trying to prevent. Chosen one, I need to speak to something you have deep that you have almost forgotten it is there. You have been wondering if God still hears you, if your prayers have been hitting the ceiling and falling back down, if the promises you once believed with your whole heart have quietly expired without anyone telling you. I am here to tell you, they did not expire. They are not dead. They are not cancelled. God did not change his mind about you. He did not find someone better. He did not look at your failures and your doubts and your stumbling and decide you are no longer worth the investment. You are the investment. And what he has invested in you is about to produce a return that will make every moment of pain make perfect, undeniable sense. You prayed for a door, he built you a kingdom. You asked for relief, he designed your legacy. You begged him just to get you through the night, and he planned a life so full of purpose and power that the night you almost did not survive will one day become the testimony that saves someone else from theirs. The delay was never denial. The delay was God saying, "What I have for you is so much bigger than what you asked for, that the ground was not ready to hold it yet. But now it is." Now, chosen one, if these words have reached past your walls, past your skepticism, past every defense mechanism you have built over the years, if something inside you is stirring right now, something you cannot explain, something that feels like recognition, like your spirit is saying, "Finally, someone is speaking my language, then I need you to do something, and I need you to do it right now." Type 777 in the comments. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking it is just a number, it is just a comment. But let me tell you what is actually happening when you type those three numbers. You are making a declaration in the spiritual realm. You are telling every force that has been assigned against you, every spirit of delay, every cycle of defeat, every generational pattern that tried to follow you into this season, you are telling them, "I see what God is doing, and I am saying yes." Every chosen one who has typed that number before you shifted something in the atmosphere, your obedience is not symbolic, it is operational. And if you scroll past this moment, if you tell yourself you will do it later, you are not just skipping a comment, you are postponing a covenant. And the enemy counts on that hesitation, because hesitation is the only weapon he has left against someone who is this close. This is also the moment I need to warn you about something uncomfortable. Not everyone around you is for you. Some of the people sitting at your table, eating the food your labor provides, smiling in your face and calling you family, are not assigned to your future. They are assigned to your past, and their job, whether they know it or not, is to keep you comfortable enough to never change. Pay attention in the coming days. Pay attention to who discourages your growth, to who makes you feel guilty for wanting more, to who reminds you of who you used to be every time you try to become who you are meant to be. These people are not evil. Most of them do not even realize what they are doing, but they are anchors, and you cannot sail with anchors down. God is about to reveal to you with painful clarity who belongs in your next chapter and who does not. And when he does, you must have the courage to obey, even when obedience costs you relationships you thought would last forever, because, chosen one, the price of disobedience is not punishment. The price of disobedience is stagnation. It is waking up 5 years from now in the same pain with the same people, living the same half-life, wondering what would have happened if you had listened when God spoke. And he is speaking right now through this very message. Let me tell you what God is releasing in this season. 3 things that will fundamentally alter the course of your remaining years on this earth. The first is clarity. You have been walking in fog for too long, making decisions based on fear, staying in situations based on obligation, saying yes when your spirit was screaming no, living on autopilot because autopilot felt safer than actually choosing a direction. That fog is about to lift, and when it does, you will see everything: your relationships, your career, your health, your purpose, your calling with a sharpness that will shock you. You will see who has been for you and who has been feeding off you. You will see what has been holding you together and what has been holding you back. And some of what you see will break your heart, but it will also set you free, because the truth always hurts before it heals, and God would rather you cry from revelation than smile in deception for one more wasted decade. The second is authority. God is giving you your voice back. Some of you lost it years ago in a marriage that silenced you, in a church that shamed you, in a workplace that overlooked you, in a family system that taught you that your opinions did not matter. Your dreams were too big. Your faith was too loud. But God says, you were never meant to be quiet. You were meant to be strategic. And this is the season where you learn the difference between silence that protects and silence that imprisons. You will speak. And when you do, people will feel the weight of a voice that was sharpened by decades of being told to stay small. The third is acceleration. Everything that has been delayed is about to be released at a pace that defies logic. Promotions that skip levels, connections that form overnight, doors that open before you knock, healing that arrives without medical explanation, provision that shows up from sources you never applied to. This is God compressing time. This is heaven making up for what earth stole, and it is coming so fast that the only people who will be ready are the ones who already let go of the old before the new arrived. And that is why I need you to understand what surrender actually costs, because acceleration demands it. You cannot move at the speed of heaven while dragging the weight of earth. The old relationships that comfort you but do not challenge you must be released. The old habits that numb you but do not heal you must be abandoned. The old version of you, the one that plays small to avoid judgment, the one that shrinks in rooms where God told you to stand tall, that version must be laid to rest. Not slowly, not cautiously, not when you feel ready. Now, I know that is terrifying. I know it feels like dying, and in a spiritual sense, it is dying. But the version of you that rises from that death is the one you have been dreaming about since before disappointment taught you to stop dreaming. That version is still alive. It has been waiting, and it is tired of waiting. If you have made it this far into this message, I need you to hear something very carefully. You were not supposed to be here right now. Most people left. Most people got distracted. Most people heard the first minute, and the enemy whispered, "This is not for you," and they believed him, and they clicked away, and they will go to sleep tonight, unchanged. But God held you here. He kept your attention. He fought for your focus against every notification, every distraction, every urge to leave, and he won because you are still here. And that is not willpower, that is divine selection. You are in the remnant, the ones who stay when everyone else leaves, the ones who hear what everyone else misses. And what I am about to say next was sealed for the ones who remained. Hit subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell. Listen to me carefully. This is not about supporting a channel. This is about maintaining a connection that God is establishing right now in this moment. The messages that are coming next week and the week after are going to build on exactly what your spirit just received. They are going to go deeper, more specific, more precisely aimed at the exact situation you are walking through. And if you disconnect now, if the enemy succeeds in separating you from this source, you will have received the seed but not the rain, and a seed without rain dies in the ground. That is his strategy. He does not need to stop you from hearing truth. He just needs to stop you from hearing it consistently. Subscription is not a favor to me. It is a fence around your breakthrough. It is you telling heaven, I am not going to let this moment be the last one. I am staying connected. I am staying awake. I refuse to drift back into the sleep that almost cost me everything. Now let me prepare you for the next 48 hours, because the enemy will respond to what just happened inside you. He always does. You may feel sudden, crushing doubt, a voice whispering you are being manipulated, that this was just emotional content, that you fell for something. Recognize that voice. It is the same voice that kept you in situations God told you to leave 10 years ago. It is not your wisdom. It is the enemy wearing your voice as a disguise. You may experience unexpected conflict, an argument that erupts from nowhere, a crisis that demands all your emotional energy, right when you were beginning to feel hope for the first time in months. That is not coincidence. That is retaliation. And if you engage, if you give your energy to that fire, the enemy wins, because he will have successfully redirected the attention God just captured. Guard your peace. Do not react. Do not explain. Do not defend. Stay still and let God handle what your hands were never meant to touch. You will also feel an overwhelming urge to tell someone what you just experienced. Resist that urge with everything in you. Not because it was not real, but because it is too real to be handed to people who cannot hold it. Not everyone has the spiritual capacity to understand what God is doing inside you. And when you share prematurely, you invite opinions God never authorized. You invite doubt from people who love you but do not carry your assignment. Silence is not hiding. Silence is the chosen one's highest form of obedience. And the ones who master it are the ones whose blessings arrive complete, while everyone else wonders why theirs always come broken. Chosen one, let me speak over you now, and I do not say this lightly. You are not too old to be used by God. You are finally old enough. Every gray hair on your head is a receipt for a war you won. Every scar on your heart is evidence that what was sent to destroy you failed. Every year you thought was stolen was being stored in a vault that only God holds the key to. And he is turning that key right now. The young cannot carry this. The untested cannot survive it. What is coming requires someone who was broken and rebuilt, someone who lost everything and still chose to believe, someone whose faith was forged not in comfort but in fire. And that is you. It has always been you, and God is tired of watching you apologize for it. Let me end with this, and I need you to carry every word of it past this screen, into your bedroom, into your morning, into your week. If you heard this entire message and you do nothing, if you close this video and return to the same life, the same patterns, the same silence, something sacred will be grieved. Not destroyed, but grieved, because God arranged this moment down to the second. He fought for your attention. He held you here through every notification, every distraction, every urge to leave. And he won, because you are still listening. And the only response that honors a God who fights for your attention when the whole world is trying to steal, it is action, not applause, not agreement, not emotion. Action, chosen one. Every moment of inaction from this point forward is a choice, and you know it. You can no longer say, I did not know, because now you know. You can no longer say, I was not told, because you were just told. And what you do with the next 60 seconds will echo into the next 60 years of your life and beyond. So type, I am ready in the comments. Let it be the most honest thing you have said all year. Let it come from the place in you that still believes, even after everything, that God is not finished with your story. And then think of one person, just one person who is drowning in silence right now, someone whose strength is running out, someone who is one bad night away from making a decision they cannot take back, and send them this message. You have no idea what one video can do when God is behind it. You have no idea whose life is hanging on the other side of your willingness to press share. And if you know, in your spirit right now, that someone specific needs this and you do not send it, that weight will follow you to your pillow tonight. Because the chosen ones carry a responsibility not just to receive truth, but to deliver it to the ones who are still lost in the dark. You were not blessed with this message to keep it. You were blessed with it to become a blessing, and every moment you hold on to what was meant to be given is a moment someone else stays in a prison you held the key to. This is Oculus of the wise. Your assignment is not future tense, it is present tense. Your breakthrough is not a promise, it is a process already in motion. Your God is not far away, He is closer than the breath you just took. And He is asking you one question: will you trust me with what comes next? Say yes, chosen one. Say yes, and watch what happens. Until next time, walk in your power, guard your peace, protect your calling, and do not look back. There is nothing behind you that compares to what is ahead of you. The world has been waiting for what only you can carry, and chosen one, it has waited long enough.